Hello guys, I'm getting a tiny little bit of space. We have visitors at the moment over from Yorkshire from my husband's family, so I've been busy all week. I haven't had a chance to do anything. I have a window of a little tiny bit this evening, so I'm trying to get some videos done that I need to get done. So I'm actually going to do first a tag that I've been tagged in today, which is called the Would You Rather horror tag. This is one that was originated by Geek Legion of Doom, and he tagged me. I have seen a couple of other people's answers to this one already, and it looked like a really fun tag to do, so I thought I'd give it a go. So there are 10 questions, and it's just obviously a would you rather. Leo has tried to keep them quite mainstream so that he wouldn't be picking things that were obscure that people may not have seen. So let's get kicked off. So number 1. Would you rather spend a weekend in the cabin in the woods from Evil Dead films or at Camp Crystal Lake? I will say before I answer these, I watched Aaron from Screen Star's answers to these earlier today, and he has answered every question as I would, mostly for the same reasons too, so apologies Aaron. Me and you agree on an awful lot of things, what can I say? So, the Evil Dead or the cabin in the woods from Evil Dead or Camp Crystal Lake? I'm going with Camp Crystal Lake. I am most freaked out by supernatural, paranormal, demonic sort of stuff. With excuse me, with Evil Dead, we're going to get that, which scares the bejesus out of me. So as scary as the idea of Jason stalking me is, I think I fancy my chances more there than I do at the cabin from Evil Dead. I keep wanting to say cabin in the woods. Number 2, which gift would you prefer, Chucky or Annabelle? Dead easy, Chucky. I'm not that big a fan of the whole Annabelle thing. I did go and see the newest one at the cinema, which was quite good actually. But I have always loved Chucky. I'm always going to be a fan of the Chuck. The whole Charles Lee Ray thing. Again, Annabelle is more the whole demonic thing. Chucky is the spirit of Charles Lee Ray. So I'm going to go with Chucky. Not the scarred one, the one that we got in the first one, the good guy doll. Love him. I'll pick him. Thank you. Number 3, would you rather be a prisoner of Jigsaw or Hostel? So easy. Jigsaw, 100%. Hostel tortures people for their amusement for no reason. Jigsaw, you have a chance of escaping there. Jigsaw is meant to be. I know it wasn't in some because Amanda was being naughty. But Jigsaw, you've a chance. It's all about morality. If you do the right thing, you'll get out. You might be maimed, you might not come out the same you went in, but you may come out alive. So definitely Jigsaw. I fancy that more than being tortured. Thank you. Number 4, would you rather be trapped in a room with Hannibal Lecter or Regan from The Exorcist? Again, I hark back to my dislike of anything to do with possession or demonic forces, and I'm going with Hannibal Lecter. As Aaron said, if I kept him well fed, there shouldn't really be any reason for him to want to eat me. That sounded wrong before it even came out of my mouth. Now all I can think is I've said something rude. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah. If I pour him a nice glass of Chianti and then some fava beans, I'm not going to do it. Can't do it. Yeah, and he's quite cultured and he's quite intelligent, so I think we could have a decent conversation. Whereas, who was the other one? Regan. She'd just vomit on me and do something horrible, so no. Number 6. Would you rather spend 12 hours in a city on Purge Night or an infected city in 28 Days Later universe? This was the hardest question for me because the idea of both is terrifying. I am going to go with, after some deliberation, the Purge. As much as I dislike that, totally in agreement with Aaron. The Purge is once a year, you know about it in advance, you can prepare, you can perhaps hide, you can arm yourself up, you sort of know what's going on where. With the infected city in 28 Days Later, someone could hop out at you from anywhere at any time and you'd worry that there was nowhere to hide. I would prefer the Purge. I don't know why, it's just less freaky to me to think about being shot than being eaten. What a stupid thing to say. Number 7. Would you rather be part of a team on the Blair Witch expedition or the Grave Encounter expedition? Again, quite difficult because they're both movies with subject matters that freak me out. The thought of either makes me, ooh. If I had to pick, Blair Witch. Grave Encounters to me was the more frightening film. With the more frightening subject matter, things kept moving about. You didn't feel like you could escape the building. Blair Witch, we're outside, we're in the forest, and although to a degree you feel trapped, I think you have a better chance of escape than you do from the Grave Encounters expedition. I apologise, Aaron, I know you said this, but I honestly, hand on heart, I honestly was thinking just what you were as you were speaking. So yeah, Blair Witch. Number 8. This one's great, and Aaron's answer to this made me laugh. Would you rather ride Jaws for 10 seconds or ride the crocodile from Lake Placid for 10 seconds? Right, when Aaron started his answer, he said exactly what was the first thing out of my mouth. Obviously Jaws, because crocodiles do that old death roll, don't they? And he'd be thrashing about and he'd be trying to eat me and stuff. And I'm thinking, a shark's massive, he wouldn't be able to get his head round if I could get a good hold on him. I'm actually picturing doing this. It's not just like, what's the word when you're just imagining something that's not actually, it's not hypothetical, I'm doing this in my head. But Aaron said, sharks have really thick skin, so hopefully he wouldn't even know I was sat there. It really made me laugh, I thought it was so funny. Oh, just the thought of like riding Jaws like a bucking bronco and him not even being aware you're there made me laugh. So Jaws. Number 9. Would you rather run from Xenomorph from Alien or Predator? This is really difficult. I'm going to get myself into a lot of trouble before I answer this question. I'm not a fan of the Predator movies. But the Xenomorph scares the life out of me. The Predator, though, camouflages, so it makes me want to go for Xenomorph because you can see them, but still they frighten me more than the Predator does. It's really difficult. I'll go for Xenomorph purely because the Predator can like blend into their background. But that's hard because Xenomorph's so much more scary to me. And lastly, would you rather watch a circus with Pennywise in it or watch Freddy Krueger do a stand-up routine? Really easy, that one. It's going to be Freddy Krueger in a stand-up routine because he's funny. You might say he might have rather cutting humour. I'll bet you're all groaning there, aren't you? Yeah, Freddy Krueger is funny. It would be amusing. I would love it. Pennywise scares the pants off me, so I don't want to be anywhere near that guy. Freddy Krueger, even though he's scary, he's funny. You can't help but be endeared to him. He's just a funny guy. So yeah, that's my choice. So that is my answers to the 10 question Would You Rather horror tag. And I need to tag some people, and I do not, because I have been really busy, I have not looked through who's been tagged in what and who's done it, so I really apologise if I inadvertently tag you when I haven't, where you already have been tagged, but I am going to tag in this one. Sean Ershin, Jason from Horrific Nightmares JM, Nick from The Last Shoegazer, The Horror Man, I'm just going to, all of these are coming out. Jen from Jen's Reviews from the Grave, and Christian as well. Last Venom 76, Dave Maggot, Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies, Horror Digest. Should I tag any more? I'm going to leave it at that because that's loads. I've thought of a few more, but I need to leave some people for you guys to tag. I bet you're really cross I tagged all those people and you can't now. I got in before Sean did, so you're all tagged. And I'm leaving a few others for you guys to tag as well. So, obviously, don't feel obliged. If you're busy, don't worry about it. I just threw some names out there of people that I interact with probably the most on the YouTubes. So, yeah, Thanks for watching, and thanks to Leo from Geek Legion of Doom for creating the tag and tagging me in it. Hope you enjoyed the answers, and it's over and out from themslves.